Case knives. Are you familiar with this American knife manufacturer? This is a company we are going to discover or we discover together. Hello and welcome to my channel. Lookem. I am Frank. Case Knives, whose real name is W.R. Case and Sons Cutlery Company, is an American cutlery company founded in 1889 by four brothers, including the famous William Russell, who named the company after himself. Like Buck Knives, Case is a monument to American knives. While Buck produced knives that have become iconic, Case doesn't have its Buck 110 or 118. Case does have some benchmark knives, Copperlock, Cheater, Westlock, but they haven't achieved the worldwide renown of the Buck 110. This may be why Case is much less well known in the rest of the world, and it's also why we are going to take the time to talk about it. After starting out in Little Valley, New York, in 1889, the company moved to Springville. Following the first factory fire in 1912, the company later moved to Bradford, Pennsylvania, where it is still located. Then, in 1993, Zippo bought Case. Zippo is also based in Bradford. Case makes traditional knives, everyday knife, folding knife, and fixed knife for all activities and professions hunting, fishing, wenching, farming, etc. Everything you needed to do with a knife at that time, you could do it with a case knife. Case still makes a wide variety of knife shapes and types today, but we'll get to that later. Now we are going to focus on the special features, the blade markings. This is one of the things that make Case so popular with collectors. The stamping displays the knife's model number, as well as a fun way to date it. We are going to look at my favorite here and take this mechanism apart. I'm not making anything up here, and I'm using reference sites to help me. The model stamping is quite simple to understand. By simply typing 6265 SAB into a search engine, you'll discover that it's a large folding hunter. So, 6265 is the model. SAB stands for Saber Ground Blade. We've got the what. Now we are going to look at the when. So let's look at the other stamping, and for that I will refer to this site, which I link in the description. casexx.com at a specialized section for dating based on markings. As you can see, this knife would have been between 1965 and 1969 because it's a folding knife, not to be confused with what we can see a little further down in the hunting knife section. The markings differ between fixed and folding knives. Now I'm going to present a few knives from my collection. I'll therefore only present a few models, those I own or those that someone kindly lent me for the occasion. We will start with the only fixed blade knife I was able to obtain for the occasion. It is a hunting knife, the 381-6 SS model. The 381 is the Skinner Hunter model, a skinning knife. The 6 stands for its length, and the SS stands for stainless steel. The steel used by Case in this case is what Case calls true sharp. It is actually a 420 HG with a special heat treatment. The handle is made of leather, with washers threaded onto the tang of the knife and glued under pressure. There were also colored layers of vulcanized rubber and aluminum. Moreover, the guard and pommel are also made of aluminum. The pommel is dog-eyed shaped, so the end is wedged between the guard and the pommel, reducing the risk of slipping and therefore injury. The leather sheath is quite attractive and well designed. Like the buck sheath, a layer of leather is inserted in front of the blade. This protects the seams and eliminates the needs for rivets. This model is discontinued. It's a very nice piece. The second model is the 640045R SS. It's a Boy Scout knife. The same type of model that used to be available from Camillus. I actually have a video about it. I'll post a link in the description. It is also called either the Scout utility knife or the Scout camp knife. The handles are made of delrin, a type of polymer, with a jigged pattern that ensures a better grip. So here we will find a blade, a can opener, a bottle opener, and an hole. And let's not forget the bail. A simple but rather attractive knife, and what's more, it's truly a flagship knife of the Scout movement. Next comes a musquat. It's a trapper's knife, a knife for skinning small game. It is also called a double-handed trapper, referring to its two identical blades and its use. So yes, two identical clip blades. But what for? Simply because it allows you to have two sharp blades. When the first one stops cutting, you switch to the second and continue your workday because trapping is a job. The shape of the handle is almost identical to that of a stockman, which we'll talk about later. A serpentine shape, almost an S. Here, the handle is made of blue tinted bone, with a logo somewhat reminiscent of the Chevrolet logo. It's a very pretty knife, thin, and relatively light for everyday use and carry. One clip point and a second blade, all in a shape reminiscent of a peanut shell? Well, it's a peanut shape. This one is special. This is a limited edition produced for the My Favorite collection and sold during the Case Roadshow. So you have to be there when they sell out. And it quickly becomes complicated. These are often collections of 3,000 pieces or less. Not all of them are numbered. Here we have a amber bone handle with a gold logo. It comes with a leather case in a metal box and its certificate. A very pretty little knife in a small format that you quickly forget about in your pocket, but it is always there. It is a 6220 SS model. Now for the very famous Westlock. I love the Westlock. It's one of my favorite opening systems. A lever at the heel of the blade, and it really looks great. It is a 6 1953 LSS model. Here, the handle is blue brown with a white shield. I love this combination. The Westlock is first and foremost a one-handed opening system and a liner lock, and also a very nice clip blade. This shape was named in tribute to Wes Case, one of the founders of Case Brothers. Another tribute lies in the 1953, the year of Wes' death. This knife is one of the iconic models at Case, a very nice tribute to the founder. The Westlock is one of my two favorite models from Case. It's a very nice blend of tradition and modernity. Not the most practical of knives, especially not for a left-handed person, but it's beautiful. The Trapper is something else. It is far from my favorite shape. I don't find it aesthetically balanced, but that's purely personal. It's one of the classics, one of the icons of traditional American knives. So it's here too. This shape dates back to the 1880s. The Trapper exists in different sizes. This one is a medium. Here we have a clip-point blade and a second spay blade. And as you might have guessed from its name, it was originally designed for trappers. It is the Musquat's competitor, which is called the double-end trapper, in reference to its blades on each side of the knife. The trapper is a 6254 SS model, here in amber bone. Now let's take a look at a very small knife, the small pen or the 6233. So, of course, a pen blade, hence the name. And on the other hand, a clip-on blade, a tiny knife that fits anywhere and can easily be stowed in a pocket or bag. It looks a bit like a toy when you see it like this, but don't be fooled by its appearance. It has a beautiful edge. And the clip blade is 2 inches long, or just over 5 centimeters. The plastic case has a rather cheap feel, but it fits with the times. It dates from 1974, a period where plastic was perceived as a modern and fashionable material. Now for my second favorite shape, the Stockman. Here's the medium knife, 3 blades that complement each other to do just about anything. Clip blade, spay blade, and chipfoot blade. The 6375 is the all-purpose knife for just about everyone, although it was designed more for cattle ranchers, a true working knife. So, green sides and a script logo. The famous case silver script. Quiet wear and very attractive. The origin of this logo insert comes from the recipe of a CNC machine, apparently a laser cutter. It seems to have stimulated the designer's creativity. It's truly one of my favorite knives. I actually made a video on the stock mine shape. I will link it at the end. The Enter folding knife, also known as a 6266 SAB. It is the complete opposite of the small pen. This is a large knife with a 4-inch main blade, a little over 10 centimeters. It is massive, it is heavy, it is indestructible and can withstand anything. It has a clip blade and a drop point blade. It's the kind of knife that will last you a lifetime and that your grandchildren will continue to use. It is a bit like an old American pickup truck. You buy it once. It's a knife I particularly like. It sharpens easily. You can put it through some rough handling and it doesn't hold a grudge. Unfortunately, it's no longer available. That concludes this overview of case models. Of course, there are other models. I don't have them all, and I couldn't borrow them all. Case knives also have a more modern line of knives. The day I can get my hands on one, I'll do a review. That will be an opportunity to talk about case once again. Case is part of the history of American cutlery. I'd like to see them more present in modern EDC models because, with their expertise, they can make some very beautiful things. Did you know case knives? What is your favorite model? Let me know in the comments. If you liked that video and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Please like, share, comment. It really helps out the channel to grow. Thanks for watching. I am still Frank and you're still watching Lux Lucam. Take care and see you soon.